Wednesday, the creator of Laughing and Real People brings you Funny People.
Isn't that marvelous?
From the ups to the downs, from the birds to the bees.
I want to strip you naked.
It's a hearty belly laugh.
It's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
So get in on the fun with Funny People Wednesday.
AutoTune is offering a $10 discount on a tune-up to all TV8T customers. Stop by any AutoTune location wearing your TV8T today.
Something for the sweet tooth, sir?
I have to have it.
Have you tried our frosted marble cake? Oh, it's positively scrumptious.
I have to have it.
Since 1918, Perry's ice cream has been letting people have it in over 75 taste-tantalizing flavors, including Perry's limited edition and Perry's Light.
Or perhaps a wedge of lemon meringue pie. My son really goes for him.
Perry's ice cream.
I have to have it with pickle for pregnant wives.
Until recently, families had two choices for transportation. Pay big bucks for a big barge, or stuff the family into some econobox. Presenting the Pontiac 6000 at your Rochester Pontiac dealers. It's the affordable four-door. There's plenty of room for the family with Pontiac style, Pontiac excitement built in. Great values on the Pontiac 6000 are available now during our 88 Summer Excitement Model Cleanup at Ralph Pontiac, Dick-Eyed Pontiac, Peeler Pontiac, and Patrick Pontiac.
Come home to the best, only on TV8.
Cher was inside the house. Her 24-year-old boyfriend drove up. The engine roared. A photographer dove for cover. Two cars crashed, landing her boyfriend in jail. Cher's nightmare, the whole story.
That's Monday at 7, only on TV8.
Come home to the best, only on TV8.
Come home to TV8's nightly coverage of the 10th Annual Empire State Games. Amateur athletes from all of New York State will compete in a variety of sports as they strive to bring home the gold from Syracuse. Join TV8 each night at 11:30 for all the highlights. Don't miss the highlights of the Empire State Games, August 4th through the 7th.
Come home to the best, only on TV8.
WROC TV8, Rochester. From Rochester's first television station, this is News 8 Night Beat.
A fatal crash in Victor. Good evening, I'm Brad Cupples. Steve Otteson has the weekend off. Ontario County deputies are charging a Rochester man with several traffic violations after a crash late today in Victor killed one person and sent another to Strong. Joseph Welch, the operator of a truck, was charged with failure to keep right, speed not reasonable for conditions, and driving with a suspended license. Deputies say his truck slammed head-on into a car on Route 251, killing 20-year-old Greg Norton of Almond. Allegheny County, 21-year-old Marie Mignon of Hornell is in guarded condition with multiple injuries. Alcohol is being blamed in part for a drowning in Seneca Lake today. Divers found the body of 25-year-old Patrick Steger of Rochester in about 15 feet of water late this morning. He and two friends had fallen overboard from their paddle boat. Deputies arrested one of Steger's friends, 44-year-old John Culhane of Rochester, after he argued with police and jumped into the water just before divers began their search. The other friend was identified as 33-year-old Donald Wood, also of Rochester. Deputies say all three had been drinking. The survivors were charged with riding in a boat without life jackets. State troopers used dogs to search a wooded section off Route 490 near the airport extension this evening, looking for the driver of a stolen car. The troopers had set up a massive radar trap on the Western Expressway and tried to stop this car. The driver first refused to stop, was finally halted on the airport exit ramp, where he got out and ran into the woods. At last report, he was still at large. Troopers, by the way, handed out 311 tickets at the setups and gates, and two others, one on 490 in Bushnell's Basin, the other on 390 in Rush. Some good news tonight for a disabled Rochester woman whose battle with bureaucratic red tape threatened to keep her from competing in an international athletic competition this fall. Robin DeWind reports the woman's boss wouldn't let her take the time off so she could compete against other handicapped athletes until she scared up some high-powered help.
We have within our midst, and I'm going to ask her to stand, a young lady who demonstrates what America is about. about love, about courage, about overcoming adversity.
At the age of 19, Karen Ann Cook lost her leg when a drunk driver crashed into a store where she was working. Since then, she's turned her handicap into an advantage, turning to athletics. Cook was chosen over thousands of athletes to compete in the shot put and discus events in the 8th annual Paralympic Games in Seoul, Korea. They'll be held just 2 weeks after the Olympic Games this fall.
I'll be competing against the amputee athletes from all around the world in the A2 class, which is a single above the knee amputee class in the women's.
But the road to the Paralympics has been long and hard for Cook. Officials at the Veterans Administration here in Rochester, where she works, told her she could not have paid time off to compete, even though servicemen are allowed to take time off with pay. Cook turned to one of our local senators for help.
Well, I just think it was a terrible thing for someone who's overcome so much, who works for the Veterans Administration, counseling disabled, who's one of our country's best, and then find a situation where red tape prevents her from going.
Cook has been named Special Representative for the Administrator General, and although she leaves for Seoul as a representative of disabled athletes across America, she says she's not at a disadvantage. Her handicap is only an inconvenience.
As an amputee group, we don't consider ourselves disabled. We consider it just an inconvenience of having a disability, but we don't let it stand in our way of accomplishing our goals of bringing home the gold.
Robin DeWind, News 8.
State lottery officials are pulling out all the stops in their effort to find some millionaires. Seems there's a bit of cash on hand, about $10 million worth, left unclaimed by lotto winners over the last year. The biggest bundle amounts to about $6 million for one winner. Tonight's lotto jackpot is $8 million. The numbers will be coming up on your screen a little later on in the news. Major John Foligno, the commander of the state police, Troop E in Canandaigua, will be leaving that post in less than a month. As News 8 reported exclusively at 6, Foligno is being promoted to inspector at the Albany headquarters of the state police. His replacement, currently Captain, soon to be Major Salvatore Valvo, is currently with Troop G in Loudonville near Albany. During Foligno's tenure in Canandaigua, he's credited with improving the working relationship between troopers and local law enforcement agencies. Still to come on the Night Beat, several train crashes and getting ready for the Republican convention.
This portion of Night Beat was sponsored by Darvish Oriental Rugs.
Beautiful Oriental rugs are as individual as the people who choose to decorate their homes with them. Handmade from materials of long-lasting quality, an Oriental rug will quickly become the conversation piece of all who admire its unique beauty. These masterpieces bring with them the mystique of their origin and the character that reflects your personal lifestyle. Come see our selections today.
Find the mystique of the Orient at Darvish Oriental Rugs, 1465 Monroe Avenue.
I'll sing and you fill in the word.
Okay, King Waldorf.
Happiness is...
Flashy whale.
Happiness is...
Waving tailgate sailing around and upside down.
Happiness is...
Marineland.
All right, ready? Happiness is...
A great big kiss.
Happiness is...
Being friends you miss. It's floating on air and the wind in your hair.
Happiness is...
Marineland.
If you can do this, or this, or this, you can load a Fuji drop-in load camera.
Mommy, got a fish!
Fuji drop-in load cameras are the easiest 35mm cameras in the world to load. And if you want to take a perfectly exposed, sharply focused picture, all you have to do is this. Fuji cameras. Now beautiful pictures are a snap.
Summertime is definitely Chevy time. Save up to $1,500 on Chevy cars, $2,650 on Chevy trucks. So drive up, drive to your Monroe County Chevy dealer.
An Amtrak passenger train derailed in northeastern Montana. At least 165 are hurt. The 12-car train was doing 79 miles an hour as it wound its way from Chicago to Seattle when it derailed. 5 of the 9 passenger cars toppled over, tossing passengers out of their seats. Investigators say heat from the current hot spell warped the rails. It was 97 degrees at the time of the derailment. Officials say rails often bend in the heat. The engineer says he saw the bent tracks but couldn't stop in time. At least a dozen people are still hospitalized. A freight train that derailed today in Missouri caused the evacuation of over 300 people from their homes. A 15-block area in Ellsbury was cleared after 12 cars from the train derailed and struck a diesel fuel tank, setting off a major fire. Traffic's been rerouted around the town, which is 50 miles northwest of St. Louis, because of drifting chemicals from that fire. Paris police say one person is dead, more than 50 injured by a runaway train. The runaway train was only traveling 12 miles an hour when it hit a barrier in a Paris station. Witnesses say most of the injuries occurred in the first car. 7 people were trapped in the wreck for more than 2 hours. At least 9 people were seriously hurt. Today's accident was much less serious than one last month at another Paris station. That one claimed 56 lives. So far, the cause of today's mishap has not been announced. Well, Gary Hart blew it when he challenged reporters to follow him, and they did. But Michael Dukakis seems to have a purpose after a week's worth of questions about his health. The Democratic presidential nominee was out at sunrise in the Mile High City, walking briskly around a city park, trailed by a squadron of reporters, aides, photographers, and network TV cameramen. Also along, California Senator Alan Cranston, who's also a serious jogger. Colorado Governor Roy Romer is not what you'd call a diehard jogger, riding instead in a dark stretch limo and getting out occasionally to walk a few paces for the cameras, and then back inside. Dukakis held today a 3-hour meeting with Western governors, came out to report they were in broad agreement on Western concerns. They said the chances for a Democratic victory in the Republican-dominated region have certainly increased. Having a hard time booking an airplane ride to the Republican convention? Well, you could follow the example of one canoeist and travel Huck Finn style. Mark Powell has more on how Todd Williams is making his way to the convention in New Orleans by way of the Mississippi River.
The bustle and excitement of a national political convention. It seems a world away from this quiet Mississippi riverbank, but Scott Williams and his 14-year-old son Todd plan to be on hand when the Republicans meet in New Orleans in 3 weeks after an 18-day-long canoe trip down Big Muddy. Paddle all the way from Illinois to the Gulf of Mexico? Friends say Scott's crazy.
And when I tell them I'm going by canoe, they say, what? And then when we get into the depth of it, it turns out that they are all like to go along with. It sounded kind of crazy at first, but then after I thought about it, felt I'd really like to go.
Father and son have packed plenty of dry clothes and canned food inside watertight containers. Wife Tammy just shrugs the whole thing off.
Having lived with him for 16 years, it didn't surprise me one bit.
Finally, it's off to New Orleans.
Bye.
Living a boyhood dream? Maybe. But you can't help thinking back to Mark Twain's description of that other famous river trip so long ago. It was kind of solemn, drifting down the big still river. We didn't feel like talking loud, and it weren't often we laughed, only a little kind of low chuckle. We had mighty good weather as a general thing, and nothing ever happened to us at all, that night, or the next, nor the next. In Fort Defiance, Illinois, Mark Powell for NBC News.
And still ahead on the Night Beat, Dave Coombs with the weather and Jim Gaiman with sports.
Ford, winners again. And your local Ford team wants to keep it that way. They're out to put you in the winner's circle with great deals on the award-winning Thunderbird, Ford Escort, the world's best-selling car, and the hot restyled Ford Tempo. Plus, hundreds more in savings with cash back and option package discounts. But hurry, the winning deals are over August 13th. See your Rochester area 4-county Ford team today. And don't forget to see other great NASCAR Thunderbirds August 14th at Watkins Glen.
They're hot. They're here. They're TV-ATs. All summer long, guys and gals are slipping into the finest styles to be seen for miles. Plus, wear your TV-AT to win premium prizes and discover dazzling discounts. From WROC-TV to Rochester's own champion products come TV-ATs. Available exclusively at Rochester area J.C. Penney locations.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Get them while it's hot.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Max Pies will open special hours tomorrow, noon till 5, for our August carpet sale.
This is a store-wide sale with up to 70% off the largest carpet inventory in the East.
Including DuPont certified Stainmaster carpets.
$39 carpets on sale for only $8.99.
With 6 months to pay, interest-free.
We'll even install your carpet at no extra charge.
Remnants are reduced another 10% off already low prices.
That's tomorrow, noon till 5 only at Max Pies.
The Arby's revolution takes a new twist. Introducing Arby's curly fries. Crispy, crunchy, curly fries, seasoned with a touch of spice. Taste the Arby's difference.
Well, we had some pretty wicked thunderstorms roll through the area last night. Any chance of the same thing tonight here?
No, we don't think so, Brad. But what a difference a day makes. Last night's electrical storm has left the Rochester area, but it's gathering steam and getting uglier. Earlier this evening, it hit hard just north of Albany, damaging winds, heavy rain and lightning, power outages, and even the uprooting of some trees. If you've got relatives in New England, tell them to get out of the shower, unplug the fan, and batten the hatches. The storm is headed east. Now here in Rochester, current conditions fairly calm. 7-mile-per-hour winds from the southwest, 74 degrees, and a bargain on the relative humidity at just 62%. Elsewhere throughout the state, besides that storm in the capital area, partly cloudy skies and temperatures mostly in the 70s. The SUNY Brockport Almanac tells us tomorrow's sunrise will occur at 6:07 and the sun will set when it's darn good and ready at 8:25 tomorrow night. Tomorrow's all-time records for the date will not be threatened. Our slightly cooler temperatures, courtesy of a less humid air mass, which moved into western New York this morning. The old Radar O'Reilly, if we can call that one up, illustrates clear conditions around Rochester, but also detects a narrow band of scattered showers moving east from Buffalo through parts of Rochester and into Lake Ontario. Our earlier satellite view shows the front that engulfed our area last night and earlier this morning. As we mentioned, it's moving now through northern New England. Elsewhere, the swirl you see hovering above the Louisiana Gulf Coast is a nasty tropical low that's been dumping lots of rain just west of New Orleans. That front could intensify. We'll keep our eye on it. In other sections of the contiguous 48 tonight, half-inch hail and 63-mile-per-hour winds in Minot, North Dakota. Today's national low, 37 at Truckee, California, and a high today of 110 in Buckeye, Arizona. The national color map projection for tomorrow shows scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the Midwest. Probably get some of that stuff by midweek here in Rochester, maybe as early as Tuesday. Tomorrow's boating conditions for Lake Ontario looking pretty good, with 1 to 3 foot waves and light winds from the northwest. And the immediate Rochester forecast for tonight, partly cloudy and more comfortable. Whew, thank goodness. A weak upper air mass will cross into the state, bringing high pressure and drier air tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow should be less humid with a nice mix of sunshine and clouds with highs in the mid-80s. Tomorrow night will offer gradual clearing and sleepable lows in the 60s. Monday will be mostly sunny with a high of about 85.
And we have had a couple of power failures reported to us, one in the Ridge-Hudson area, another on Berry Street, but not weather-related this time.
Hopefully the TV's still on. They're watching us, right?
Okay, fine. Wings highlights, Mets, Yankees, and the day in sports. Jim Gaiman is next.
Fastball hit deep to right field. Way back is Dykstra, and this ball is out of here.
Get the only chicken grilled at the border. New grilled chicken fajitas.
Taco Bell has the road to make a run for the border.
This Olympic Viewer's Guide is brought to you by City Mattress, your betting experts.
The hammer throw is the most complicated of all the throwing events. It combines strength and speed of foot with balance and coordination. The athlete must keep the arc or orbit of the ball as wide and long as possible so that the ball may achieve as much speed as possible. The arms are kept absolutely straight and the body held erect, or the orbit of the ball will be shortened, resulting in a shorter throw.
If you don't start flocking to City Mattress, I'm going to lose my job.
He's kidding. We'd never fire him.
Sales get any lower, we're out of business.
Shoney, you know sales are great.
My house is a shambles.
His home.
I can't afford bus fare to work.
2 cars.
I'm desperate. I'll even deliver the mattress myself.
Sure, he's never even picked one up.
Tell you what I'm going to do. Come to City Mattress right now, and I'll give you a mattress free.
Shoney.
Okay. During our summer clearance, come and save 10 to 50% on everything you need to sleep.
Sydney, it's time for Strike a Deal Days at your old Rocket Team dealers. No, really. You could save big on a great selection of new Oldsmobiles.
I'll save in September.
No, Sidney. The sale ends August 13th.
There's as much chance of them selling all those Oldsmobiles in August as I have getting hit by lightning.
So, I just needed a little motivation.
Don't miss Strike a Deal Days at your Olds Rocket Team dealers.
I want to do.
Jim Gaiman is here. How'd my Mets and Yankees do today?
Your Mets and Yankees?
Yeah.
Well, this guy named George Steinbrenner may want to argue with that, but you have to wait like everyone else. First of all, full house was on hand for this evening's 6th annual Eddie Meath All-Star football game at Fall River Stadium. Here's the West in red, trailing 6-0. Irondequoit's Rob Sneddon hits Batavia's Brett Wormley downfield, 40 yards all the way to the 42-yard line. Later, McQuaid's Kevin Flanagan kicks a 24-yard field goal. It's good. That makes it 9-zip East. Then Sneddon boots a 31-yarder to make it 9-3. That kick set a new All-Star record. Second half, Fairport's John Winship picks off a pass from Jeff Walsh of Cornell, runs it back 35 yards to pay dirt. No score was reported, so we presume it's still going on. To pro football exhibition action, the Giants and the Packers in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Raul Legre kicks a 26-yard field goal to tie the game at 3. Later, it's Allegre again, this time from 40 yards out. I didn't say this was exciting. The Giants led 6-3. It did perk up a little later. New York's Jeff Hostetler airs it out to Mark Ingram, 57 yards on the play. He's finally knocked out of bounds, but it leaves the Giants in good field position. 2 plays later, Hostetler takes the snap, drops back, goes forward, and stumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. New York over Green Bay, 27-3. The Wings dropped one in Virginia tonight. Richmond beat Rochester 2-0 in a 5-inning rain-shortened game. Mike Griffin was charged with the loss. His record falls to 3-6. They'll try again tomorrow. Rochester plans to send John Havian to the mound. To Pittsburgh, the Mets got on the board in the top of the 5th when Howard Johnson smacks one into the right field seats. 1-0 New York. But the Pirates came back in the bottom half of the 6th when Barry Bonds hit his 19th homer with one man on, and it was 2-1 Pittsburgh. To the top of the 7th with the Pirates leading 3-1, Lee Mazzilli loops the pitch to right field. Howard Johnson comes home to make it 3-2. Now in the 8th, Jim Gott gives up 3 balks, 2 resulting in runs for the Mets. That was the difference. The Mets over Pittsburgh 5-3. Elsewhere in the National League, the Expos nipped St. Louis by 1. Chicago was 3 runs better than the Phillies. San Diego dumped the Reds 4-1. The Braves beat the Giants 7-2. And the Dodgers have a 5-0 lead over Houston in the 7th inning. To Tiger Stadium, no score in the 3rd. Detroit's Dave Bergman pokes the ball down the left field line. Luis Salazar scores, and the Tigers are on top 1-0. To the 5th, and again it's Bergman. This time he singles to the left center field gap. Pat Sheridan comes home from 3rd on the play. Boston trailed by 2. Now in the 6th, Matt Noakes takes Wes Gardner's pitch deep to right. It's gone. Goodbye, number 13 for Noakes. Darrell Evans was along for the ride. 4-0 Tigers. Boston mustered a little offense in the 7th. Todd Benzinger sends one to the upper deck and right. Mike Greenwell is aboard. The Tigers take a 4-game lead, 4-2 over the Red Sox. Checking the rest of the American League, Kansas City crushed Toronto 11-1. The A's topped Seattle 5-4. The Yankees over the Twins 5-3. Brad's a happy man. Baltimore has a 1-run lead over Milwaukee in the 7th. Cleveland's on top of Texas 4-2 in the 8th. And Chicago leads the Angels 2-0. That game's in the 3rd inning. Turning to golf, Jody Mudd nailed 3 straight birdies on the back 9 for a 1-stroke lead at the St. Jude's Classic. Tim Simpson is in 2nd place at 12 under. And Rochester's Jeff Sluman fired a 70 today. He stands at 6 under par. We start with Mudd on the 14th hole, 25 feet away. And he's perfect with this birdie putt to go 11 under par. Now onto the 15th, Tim Simpson with a birdie try from the fringe. He too was perfect from 15 feet out. Tim's 1 shot off the pace. The best shot of the day was turned in by Nick Price here on 18. Price puts his approach shot on the green and watch the backspin on the ball. It just misses the pin. The 4th and final round is tomorrow. At the LPGA's Pat Bradley International, here's Joan Delk with a birdie putt. That's worth 3 points in the Stableford scoring system. Here's Julie Inkster on 14 with a birdie. It's just short of the cup. She had to settle for a par. No points to remain at 11. And to Pat Bradley on 16. She nails the putt for a birdie. Bradley is tied with Jody Rosenthal and Dot Germain for the lead. The Empire State Games are slowly winding down in Syracuse. We'll be showing a half-hour highlight program beginning at 11:30 right here on Channel 8. Here's a little preview of the Women's Open Volleyball in maroon. They beat Central for the bronze medal. Again, we'll have highlights at 11:30, so stay tuned. And here are tonight's results from Batavia Downs. The daily double of 2 and 2 is worth $14.80. And the 7th race trifecta of 4, 3 and 1 came in for $339 and no cents. And Brad, again, Empire State Games at 11:30, so stay tuned. The Western region, mostly Buffalo and Rochester kids and adults, are doing very well. And they're just, it's the 11th annual thing, and they're just playing.
Important thing is the Red Sox lost today.
Well, that's really important. I mean, forget world peace, just the Red Sox lost.
That's right. Coming up, some blues in the night downtown.
Announcing the arrival of Nissan Boats.
Everybody's picking
Patrick Nissan Boats. 18 solid feet, a big 90 horses, heavy-duty trailer, $89.95. Now, during Patrick's Nissan Boat grand opening, you get the whole package for $89.95 delivered.
Everybody's picking Patrick.
Next to Marketplace Mall.
Max Pies will open special hours tomorrow, noon till 5, for our August carpet sale.
This is a store-wide sale with up to 70% off the largest carpet inventory in the East.
Including DuPont certified Stainmaster carpets.
$39 carpets on sale for only $8.99.
With 6 months to pay, interest-free.
We'll even install your carpet at no extra charge.
Remnants are reduced another 10% off already low prices.
That's tomorrow, noon till 5 only at Max Pies.
Come on down, family restaurant down, where everything is homemade. Come on down, family restaurant down, where everything is homemade.
Great food, great fun. Come try Rochester's hottest family restaurant, Carmine's.
Come on down, come in down, where everything is homemade.
Carmine's, 3070 West Henrietta Road.
In the heat of the summer or the chill of the winter, Polar Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing service for over 15 years. Polar offers its residential customers an exclusive 5-year, no-catch, no-cost limited warranty. When it comes to environmental comfort in your home or workplace, service is their strength. So when you think comfort or service, think Polar.
Call the Polar people, get the power out the bed. Polar Heating and Air Conditioning.
One of my favorite places to hang out for a while is the Ontario Beach Carousel, and today that's where you would find local artist Susan Gavert. Originally from Victor, Gavert is best known for her creations of mini carousel animals. Her replicas were on display while other artisans gave talks and demonstrations on carousel restorations. One of Gavert's miniatures is an exact replica of the lead horse on the carousel. The Ontario Beach Carousel began delighting children of all ages in 1905 and is the only remaining ride in what used to be Ontario Beach Amusement Park. This year's Park Avenue Festival opened today and continues tomorrow from 10 until 6. Over 160 craftspeople and artists from New York State and several others will be displaying their works, which of course are for sale. 4 entertainment stages have also been set up in the festival area, from Argyle Street to Meg's. Strolling entertainers will also be scattered throughout the area, and the food specialties, of course, will be there. Park Avenue Festival is free, features a commemorative poster and a T-shirt designed by Ben Coons. And that is our program for this evening. Our next report is tomorrow morning with Robin DeWin during Sunday Today. I'll return at 6. We leave you now with the sights and sounds of the city's annual Blues in the Night concert at Manhattan Square Park. Good night.
Night.
Lauer's annual August clearance sale is now in progress. Shop now through Sunday. Thousands of furniture and carpet items at savings of 20 to 70%. Lauer's annual August clearance sale.
So, what kind of day did you have today?
I had a good day. No, I had a great day.
What'd you do?
I went grocery shopping for Mrs. Bowman, my client with diabetes. I've been preparing her meals for almost a month now. We got her latest blood test back, and her sugar count went from 270 to 165.
That must make you feel good, doesn't it?
No, it makes us both feel great.
HCR, caring people who care for people. For a free brochure, just call HCR at 272-1930.
A visit inside Mario's Pizza and Pasta Restaurant. Serving hot herb rolls baked fresh daily. The pasta is homemade every day. All dinners at Mario's are prepared to order. Entrees all include Mario's Garden Fresh Salad Bar. Visit Mario's Pizza and Pasta Restaurant, 1749 East Avenue. Takeout available. Call 461-4600.
Come home to the best, only on TV8.
Cher was inside the house. Her 24-year-old boyfriend drove up. The engine roared. A photographer dove for cover. 2 cars crashed, landing her boyfriend in jail. Cher's nightmare, the whole story.
That's Monday at 7, only on TV8.
MASH, weeknights at 7:30 on TV8.
Just ahead tonight on Empire State Games 88, a dominant performance in gymnastics this afternoon. 7 gold medals go to the same man. More dominance at the...